today was just a mixed bag. I'm recording this on a Friday. So you would think, oh, he's going to be in a good mood. It's a chill day, right? Not too much work going on. No, not the case. So we just started, as I'm filming this in July, we just started recording new episodes of a YouTube show I do for the podcast, the other podcast, the Spooky Ghost one. Keep up. Got 3 episodes recorded. And by the time I finally got around to editing them, I realized that for whatever reason, the camera that is on me was constantly trying to focus. And so whenever I'm talking and the camera's supposed to be on me, it'll focus on me, and then it'll focus on the background, and then it'll focus on me, then it'll focus on the background. Then it'll spend 30 seconds on me, and then it'll spend a minute and a half on the background. And I don't know if there's any other perfectionists out there, but that is not a fun thing to experience because I'm not re-recording it. I'm not pretending like I haven't heard these stories before. That kills the entire vibe of the show. So the idea was we either work with this and people just suffer through the poor aesthetics of the first 3 episodes of the season, or we scrap the entire episodes and start with new stories and re-record new stories and all that. So I was pissed. I was pissed because on top of that, I'm sitting here trying to edit these videos, as well as going back and forth with my job, trying to work on projects that are driving me absolutely insane, that I honestly don't even want to. I'm so stressed out from my job at the moment that I don't even want to talk about it here. That I don't even want to get it off my chest. That I'm like, oh, let's just throw this out into the world and get it up. No, I don't even want to talk about it here. Okay, I'm so stressed out with that place that I don't even want to talk about it. Oopsie. That's not good. So instead, I'm just going to focus on the things that I do want to talk about, which are the projects of mine that are falling apart, classic stuff. And the whole blurry issue, the camera wouldn't focus. And you know what's interesting? Same exact issue happened on the last episode of this show, you may notice, when I was going on one of my favorite rants of all time, and that's the truck rant. It was blurry for like 3 straight minutes. It was just focused on some books behind me that are definitely books and not a backdrop. So, yeah, I was pissed. And I'm pissed because this isn't a multi-person production company. This is a single dude sitting at a desk in a converted garage in front of definitely books. Okay? Because I'm very well read. So, do I have monitors? Yes. Do I want to hook the monitors up to the cameras and go through the whole production just to sit down and get stuff off my chest? No, I do not. So I trust the teensy weensy little screen that pops off of this Canon camera. And I just believe in my heart of hearts that it's not blurry and that it's focused on me. And I'm sure maybe there's people out there that are going to watch this and they're going to be like, oh, Scott, it's really easy. You just have to disable this thing and do X, Y, Z and take care of that and blah, blah, blah. And then voila, it's going to be focused on you. And maybe it is easy, but I have so much stuff in my head right now that I can't even concentrate on that. I can't take 30 seconds to Google, hey, why is the autofocus going haywire? Do I have to manually focus on where my head's going to be at? Your boy is theatrical, okay? The head is moving. It's on a swivel. It's never in the same spot. He's very dramatic, okay? That's hard to do. So I had a very shallow depth of field. I'm like, maybe I just widen this a bit. Bump up the aperture to 4 instead of 1.8. How's that? Is that better? Huh? Now it's less artsy-fartsy. Now it looks less cool and less dramatic. Can you focus on me now, camera? But what I'm saying is pretty much there's just constantly nonstop issues that I'm running into all over the place, and it's driving me crazy. Because I don't want this. I don't want it to be like this. And when it gets like this and I get stressed out, then the entire day is ruined. And in this instance, your boy wakes up early trying to tackle the day and get as much done as I can. I've edited 3 complete episodes of a video show. And granted, every single one of those episodes, the camera was malfunctioning, which is beautiful, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. I've come in here. I had to wrangle my son. My mom is here, thankfully, so she does a lot of the heavy lifting during the days so that I can work. I had to come in here, put some orders together, get all this set up. I had to de-set up, unset up. God, who cares? Honestly, you're talking to yourself, Scott. Do you care? No. Well, there you have it. I had to de-set up. That's a word now. The show that I just recorded yesterday, the 3 episodes, by the way, I had to de-set that up so that I could reset all this up. And I'm one man, one guy. I'm doing the work of like a 20-man production crew at this point, just so that I can like vent to myself. And I keep hitting this and it's pissing me off. Just so I can vent to myself in a converted garage and talk about how annoying my life is. Yay! Wow. Issues, dude. So many issues. And I did all this for what? It's 11 p.m. It's 11 p.m. I'm just now sitting down to do this. And I'm only doing this because I feel like I have to do this. Oh, Scott, you made a promise to yourself. You're going to try to get better. Oh, you're a little curmudgeon-y man. Oh, you get bent out of shape over everything now. Oh, you're broken. And this is the fix, I guess. Which, spoiler alert, I shared that with my mom, and she was terrified. I was like, yeah, I'm just starting a show where it's like, hey, you're my therapist. How's that? And she's like, oh. Like, you could just see the wave of, oh, no. Oh, goodness. Does my son realize that the internet is full of Huh? Does he know that there's not nice people online? Does my fragile little sensitive boy man, does he realize that people are going to say mean words to him on the internet? And yeah, but I don't have to read the mean words. And yeah, I will, because your boy is also curious and I can't help myself. But it's fine. I said it's either this or I bury it down like every other person in our family before me. And guess what? Turns out that didn't really work too well because my brother killed himself. And my dad keeps to himself. So this is it. This is what you get. Okay? Okay, me? All right, me? Can you buckle up for that, me? What, is this going to be, turn into 1 million subscribers of just people just pouring in to hear about all the weird things that I find upsetting? I doubt it. But let's circle back in a couple years. And hey, at the very least, maybe it helps me regulate some of these emotions because they're eating me alive. Okay? And I know that's not sexy. And I know that's not what you're supposed to talk about. It's a little taboo. And hey, guess what? I don't give a And I'm trying to swear less, but it's hard. But this AI editor that I have now is probably going to make it easier to bleep out the profanity. So at least there's that. Does it make everything else more difficult? Yeah, you bet your sweet ass it does. It added to the list of words, dude. It added the word dude as a bad word. So in my other show, when I said the white dude, because I was trying to describe someone, it said the white beep. Now it sounds like I'm just being offensive. And it's hilarious. And that's fine. And all of this is a weird roundabout way of me saying that I do not want to be here right now. It's 11 p.m. I would rather be inside binge watching the new Dexter. Okay. I would rather be doing that. I would rather be just straight up high as a kite. Okay. But I'm trying to smoke less too. So there's that. And maybe that's why I have all the feelings. It's because I'm not burying them under 6 pounds of marijuana every night. Maybe that's the thing. But who's to say? What am I? A psychiatrist or something? No, I'm a dude that locks himself into a converted garage at 11 p.m. and vents about his life and complains about everything under the sun because that makes me feel better for some weird reason. And I'm sorry for this.
I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for this.
I'm surprised I haven't talked about this before. People that keep conversations going when you're trying to get out of a conversation, like you're slowly inching your way to the door. And they're just like, yeah, so anyway, and then I was talking to Ralph and Ralph said this and blah, and you're just like slowly, just over time, like, yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Really? Oh, Oh, really? He said that to you? I didn't realize that he was that kind of guy. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. You sure? Okay. All right. Yeah. Those people? You know the ones, right? What's their deal? Is there no such thing as context clues in the world where they live? Are they not able to look at your body language and be like, oh, he definitely wants to get out of here? You know what I mean? I find that they're the same people that are actually, like we talked about close talkers. I feel like they're the same people. And I feel like all those people are my annoying racist coworker. And I feel like he's going to be a topic on the show far too often than he deserves to be. But he's one of those people. And I have to constantly inch my way to the exit. Be like, oh, do you want to talk to me about your car for the 1,000th time? Hey, guess who doesn't give a shit about cars? It's this guy. It's this guy. Yeah, every word you're saying, it might as well be Latin. All right? No idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't care. I don't care about your car. Okay? Oh, shiny 1960 blah, blah, blah Camaro. Oh, very cool. Cool. I'm stoked for you, dude. I love that for you. I do not love that for me. And here's why. I don't love cars. Okay? Stop talking about your car. Hey, does it get you from A to B? Neat. Super cool. Mine too. That's why I bought it. Yeah, I didn't buy it to show off or a midlife crisis, none of that stuff. Got me from A to B. As a matter of fact, the car that I bought got me from Vegas to Alaska. So that's why I got that. End of conversation. Let me be. I feel like a prisoner in this room. Would you mind if I stepped away and returned to the work that I can't stand? Can I do that? That's fun. That's fun and silent for a couple of hours. Let me do that. No. Hey, look at the people that you're talking to. Literally, just look in their eyes. Look, are they dead inside? Then they don't want to be talking to you anymore. Let them leave. It's time. It's time. Stop holding conversations for far too long. All right? Let people escape. Let people return to their own lives. Can we do that? Is that a thing that happens? Are you so selfish or lonely or whatever it is that you have to just keep dragging on and on and on, even when nobody wants to talk to you? Even when people are like, hey, so I gotta pick up my, yeah, no, super cool. No, I didn't know they opened a new grocery store out there. Very cool. Oh, yeah? Oh, was the produce on sale? How many apples did you get for $8? Wow, super cool. Yeah, my son is now waiting outside of school for 35 minutes. Yeah, I'm late, but I'd love to talk produce with you some more. Is that possible? Can we do that? Hey, let's put a pin in it. Maybe tomorrow we talk grapes. Maybe we talk about the price of mangoes. Huh? How much is a bushel of bananas going for these days? Yeah, I don't care. Not a care in the world. There is very few things that I care about less than what you're talking about right now. And for some reason, you're dragging it on for 45 minutes. That's probably what people think. Like, imagine this show, but you're forced to watch it. That's what it is. That's what it is. You're forced to watch it. You don't have a choice. Imagine me just talking your ear off for 45 minutes as you slowly inch away towards the door. Oh, you can't get away that easy. No. That's what it is. And I'm tired of that. And people need to be a little more courteous. Read the room. Hey, read the room. Okay? It's not hard. It's not hard. If you weren't selfish, a selfish bastard, you would be able to know within 5 seconds if someone actually wanted to talk to you. And hey, I am very good at pretending like I give a shit about what you're saying. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, tell me more about that. Really? No way. Nah, dude. No. Really? They said that? Yeah. Inside, I'm just like, kill me! I really hope my neighbors heard that. It's a cry for help, really, if you think about it. If you sit back and think about Scott's actions over the last few years, it's been a cry for help. Did you hear he started a podcast where he just vents and yells at a camera for an hour, and then sometimes it's really sad and sometimes it's kind of funny? Not funny enough to be a real show existing in the world, but it gets there sometimes. I did hear about that. It's fine. Y'all, I cannot get over the blurry thing. All right. The out of focus cameras were driving me nuts. Like I hyper focused, ironically enough, on the out of focus all day long. I was like, why is this happening? Why does this keep happening? Why have I not fixed this yet? Why does this keep happening? I keep forgetting that it happens. So it keeps happening because I keep forgetting about it. Right. And so if this, for whatever reason, I changed a couple settings on the camera itself. Okay. If for whatever reason this is blurry, or out of focus for the entire episode, guess who's going to watch an out of focus episode? Nobody, because nobody watched this show. But if someone was, it would be that person. Okay, it'd be you. Yeah, it'd be you. You'd be watching it. Maybe this is a clip somewhere. You're bored or stoned off your ass, and you're like, well, for whatever reason, this slaps right now. So if it's out of focus, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm one person. I cannot see. From where I'm at, looking at this tiny screen, it looks fine. And then I get it and I put it on my computer, and guess who's blurry? Guess who's a living cryptid? Guess what Bigfoot stepped into a podcast studio and decided to start recording? This one. Closest I'll ever get to Bigfoot is being blurry constantly on a video that I recorded for some reason. Maybe I just need to start recording on my iPhone. Is that where we're at? I don't know. What are the youths doing? What are the youths doing these days? They're on TikTok? Oh, we're absolutely That's fine. No, it's cool. I'll keep promoting myself to the geriatrics over at Instagram. That sounds great. Let's keep that going. There's new episodes of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor, but my son loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Well, he goes through phases. Honestly, who knows? Right now, he's really interested in baby dolls that are dipped in M&Ms in bathtubs for ASMR videos by the Japanese. I have no idea what it is, and he keeps asking for it. I'm like, dude, I don't even know how to look for that. And secondly, it makes me want to bore a hole into my head. So can we not? Can I not have this? Can I not do that for 3 hours? The videos are 11 hours long. Okay. And they act like it's like close-up magic. They'll be like, oh, a little tin of, oh, and now suddenly it's M&Ms and they're all green. Let's pour them into this bathtub where this weird, creepy baby's looking. And why does the baby have genitals? I don't know. But let's not. Let's not explore that any further, huh? Let's leave that one alone. Let's go back to Mickey Mouse Clubhouse where things make sense. Where you're touted around by an egomaniac. How conceited does Mickey Mouse gotta be? You understand? You understand? It's like McDonald's. Everything is Mick this and Mick that. And it sounds like a slur if it's taken out of context, but you know what I mean. And I'm Irish. I can say that. That's beside the point. The dude lives... The dude lives in a house that's the shape of his head. Okay? Uh-huh. Come on into my head house. What the dude? No. The Mouse-Skatools? Everything is named after this guy? Hey, Mickey, you ever heard of a screwdriver? You ever heard of a regular old hammer? No, it's a Mouse-Skatool. We bought some Mickey Mouse tools, and guess what? Guess what the handle of the screwdriver shaped as? Mickey's head. You know why? Because he's a conceited little bastard. Yeah. Yeah, I said it. That's fine. Look, we all went through a Mickey phase. We went to Disneyland with my sister and my brother-in-law. They took us to Disneyland. We went to California. Had a great time. My son got to watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse live, and he ate that up. Okay, but we're not going to dance around the facts that the man's got an ego. And maybe he deserves one. He's like the most known character of all time. You know? But personally, when I see that, I see nothing but conceited. I'm like, oh, this mouse is a little too full of himself, huh? What's going on, Mickey? Can't live in a box like the rest of us? Oh, you're too good to live in a box, huh? No, you gotta have a round house with weird ears. What is in the ears? Huh? The clubhouse. What's in the ears? It's a pretty thin room, no? What's in the ears? You got a couple of satellites up there? Is that what it is? You rich It's fine. Don't let my son see the Mickey Mouse bit before he's old enough to realize that Mickey Mouse is a fraud. Okay? Let's keep his purity for as long as we can. But all that to say, I will take Mickey Mouse. I will take Bluey. I'll take all that over whatever that weird ASMR Japanese bathtub baby stuff is. Because and they got him. They got like full stop. They got him. He watched one of those videos and he's like, I think this is my And I said, God, I sure hope not. I sure hope not. Not only as the man that's losing his mind next to listening to ASMR, which who does that and why? What is the deal with ASMR? Huh? Didn't want to get into that, but here we are. What's the deal with it? Is this what you're into? Ooh. Shh. I'm not here to kink shame anyone. You know, I don't even think it's a kink. Like, what is the deal? Is it just soothing? Do you just hear it and you're like, yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah, more of that. More of that, please. Somebody lightly run your fingers across this countertop for me. It really does it for me. It's just weird. It's weird. And I remember when it came out, and it took me a while to even like look into what does that even mean? Like, what is that? What is that? What are you doing? And when I found out what it really was, then even more so, I'm like, what is that? What is that? What? Can we just do nothing? Can we try nothing again? Can we get back to doing nothing? Is that possible? Do we all got to have these weird things that we're just like obsessed with? Dude. God, I've been so thirsty. It got to the point where I started thinking, I was like, is there something wrong with me? Am I slowly just dying? And it's these weird thoughts that I have when I'm, it especially happens at night. So I'll wake up in the middle of the night, just cotton mouth, just dry as hell. And I'll have a gigantic water next to my bed. I'm like, buckle up, baby, because it's going down. And as I'm chugging this 50-ounce water, right, in my head, I'm reminded of these stories where people are like, he died from drinking too much water. Ding, 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 ding. Coming up at 11, we have a story of a man, a local loser from Wasilla, Alaska, who's passed away after drinking 300 ounces of water in the middle of the night. All that and more at 11. It's me. But there's these stories, like people are like, oh, you can actually die from drinking too much water. You got to be careful. And as I'm sitting there really just quenching my thirst, I think of these things. I'm like, nah, I can't be that close, right? You drank 4 or 5 of those 16-ounce bottles of water in the span of an hour or two, and you're like, well, we're knocking on death's door now, but I'm thirsty. What are we going to do? Can you just imagine the headlines? My wife wakes up to me just dead. What happened to him, Doc? It would appear that he drank, yes, water. Is that a thing that, like, how often does that happen? I think I saw it, and maybe I was talking about it recently. Maybe I can pull up a graphic somewhere. I want to say it's like 6 liters in a certain amount of time will kill you. 6 liters. That's not a lot. That's not a ton of water. People think, oh no, you get way too full before that. No, I don't think, well, maybe other people will, but maybe not your boy. All right. Because I'm part Aquaman, which is, yeah, it is the lamest superhero of all time. It is. Oopsie. Doesn't that just kind of make sense that that's the superhero I am? But I don't know if Aquaman is actually drinking the water. You know why? Never went to see the movie, never read the comments. As fuck. All right. And that's just not me. I'm not the Aquaman guy. Batman. You won't catch Batman dying from drinking too much water. Is there tiny bugs or something in here? And it's going to send me. I'm going to lose it. This is not the day for this. All right. This is not the day for this. No, your boy is a hair trigger right now. One tiny thing is going to send me through the roof. I can feel it. Oh, big macho man, huh? Big tough guy. Big tough guy. Ooh, the tiny little hair was in front of his face and he flexed up on him. Yeah, least masculine thing of all time. People that can't control their rage are the furthest thing from masculine. And I speak that as someone that can currently not control his rage. Does anyone else have this issue? Are people just not talking about it? Is it just me that is okay with being like, yeah, I'm losing my mind a lot more than I used to? What happened? Oh, I know. Responsibility, adulthood, family, job, money, the economy, inflation, the crypto markets, the regular markets. Hey, what else? What else are you stressed out about constantly? Do you think maybe that's why you're losing it so often? Huh? You little control freak? Ah, you can't control everything. Isn't that something? Wow. Who's vibrating my balls right now? Is it money or did I pay something? I paid something. Yep, it's just a recurring charge, nothing to see here. It's fine. Yeah, you know what I think it might be? Oh man, I'm so glad I remember this. Otherwise, I would have totally spaced on talking about this. I am so close. I have had a business for about, well, off and on my entire life. Since I was like 15 years old, I've run some kind of business. Straight into the ground is usually the trajectory, but that's fine. But I've had a business called Anointed AK for, I believe it came out in March of 2018. So we're talking like 7 years at this point, pushing 8 years. And it had some glorious years in there, like 2020, 2021, 2022. I was making some very good money. Things were great. And then it all just kind of took a over the last couple of years. It's been like a downward spiral for literally every single month. I used to, you know what? I'm just going to break it down because this is going to help me flesh it out. When we bought this house, I remember standing in this room. It was nothing but a dusty old garage at the time. I remember standing in this dusty old garage, concrete on the floor. And I remember saying, if I get this house and my business fails, I'm going to have a very hard time keeping up with my bills. And it took all of 2.5 to 3 years, however long we've been in this house, 4 years maybe, for that to happen. So now I'm in a stage in life where, when it was successful and it was thriving and doing great, I didn't need the business. The business was a nice kind of, it's like a little side hustle, It was a side hustle that made well above what my regular hustle makes. It wasn't necessary though. And I guess I'm pissed. I came to the realization, I almost like started breaking, I did break down, putting some orders together earlier this week or last weekend, just thinking like it failed. It failed. And everything that I feared when I got this house is slowly coming into play. And I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it out of my mind. Like, no, it's fine. And month by month, sales have been getting worse and worse and worse to the point where now I'm thinking I just have to shut it down. And I haven't even talked about this with the business. I haven't posted anywhere been like, hey, we're shutting down. But I think that's what's happening. I think that's what needs to happen because I can't afford to just constantly be paying for subscriptions and Shopify and all this stuff when the money doesn't even come in to like keep it afloat. I can't even break even on this thing anymore. And it's just depressing. It's depressing being a creative dude that I enjoy creating. And anyone that looks at me for more than 10 minutes can see that, whether that be creating products, which I do, creating brands, podcasts, logos, branding, the whole nine, Okay. Literally, I just love to create, but I'm not a business savvy dude. And so there comes a point in all of my creations where you hit a brick wall and things just fall apart because I'm not the business guy. I'm the creative guy. And it sucks. It sucks because like my son would come in here, he'd help me put orders together and he'd have fun. And he'd be talking, when I'm older, I can do this too. I can help put orders together. When I'm older, I can do. And then like before he even gets to that point, I'm just going to have to close up shop. And that's not even beginning to talk about, well, how the hell am I going to pay my bills? And that's where I'm at. Because I think by the end of this year, I have to stop the business. It's not making money. And I have to either pivot to something else, try to be a freelance designer again, even though I really only have like 3 or 4 clients that come to me when they need something. I'm just not a people person. I don't like reaching out. They're like, hey, you definitely need this. Even though there's so many businesses locally that have absolute trash branding. And, if they gave me $5,000, I could turn that around. But I just don't have that will. I don't have the will, but I have to find something because this isn't working anymore. And I think that is the root of why I've been so pissy this week is that I had this kind of little mini breakdown while putting orders together last weekend, knowing that I had failed yet again. And it's really is a feeling that you'd think by now I would be all too familiar with. But for some reason, it hurts every time. It hurts every time. And that's not even to talk about, I've considered throwing in the towel with the podcast too. Because I'm to the point where I'm so overstimulated and overwhelmed with everything that's on my plate constantly that if anyone so much as like breathes in my direction, it sets me off. And I think that's what happened today. And that's why I was outside my window of tolerance for, God, the entire day or something like that, because I got pissed off from something from work and it ruined my Friday. And it took literally all day for me to get to this point at 11 p.m. recording this show to get it off my chest and be like, I didn't need to go there. And that's the saddest part, is that when I'm alone and I have time to think to myself, I can see that I don't need to react the way that I react to things. I know that I don't need to do it. Okay, but in the moment, you can't really turn that off. I am unregulated again. And that's annoying, because I always used to be so calm and cool and goofy. And I still am those things. But it's like mixed in with anger and rage and resentment and hate. And I've been watching, like I mentioned last week, I've been watching these sermons, and I keep getting like these little hints from God. And I know it's weird to hear someone like me who is so negative constantly to even like mention God, because I feel like most Christians, when you talk to Christians, they're all like, yeah, everything's great. I got the Lord, 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 or whatever. And like, that's just not ever been me. But I do have a relationship with God. And I've been praying a lot more. And maybe that's what this whole, down in the dump season is for, is so that I can focus more on God and relying on God instead of my own desires or my own wills or my own control. But I've been watching these sermons and I keep getting these little nudges. Like there's these little phrases within that are just, I feel 100% geared towards me in the moment. And one of them, the dude was talking about, and I think it had to do with either control or anger or something like that. And like, or feeling like your life's not in the right spot and, distancing yourself from God or whatever, trying to get back. And so I was already going through it. And he's near the end of the sermon and he's like, this is for you, whether you're watching this week, next week, or 3 years from now, that God is always going to go after the one that gets away. And your boy was like, single tear down the cheek. Like, that's right. And then I was like, for whatever reason, I felt led to see when that video was released. And it was 3 years and a week to the day. So it was just a weird thing to hear him be like, it's either this, if you're watching it this week, next week, or 3 years from now, this message is for you. And then I just so happened to be watching it 3 years from then. And that message was for me. It feels good. It makes you, at the very least, feel less alone. Because for me, when I'm going through this weird stuff, I just feel alone. And I feel like everyone else around me is wildly successful and they're doing their own thing and they're all making it. And I've been struggling since I was like 16 years old, trying to make something of my life. And I feel like I haven't done that. And I know a lot of people be like, well, you have a son and you have a beautiful wife and a family and you got a house that you can't afford anymore. I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Maybe I'll try paying my bills with my son. Maybe I can take my wife by the hand and be like, here's my mortgage. And the mortgage company's going to be like, oh, he found a loophole. Interesting. He paid his bills with love? Can you do that? No, you can't. And so I can be grateful for those things, but also terrified of what's to come, or disappointed that I haven't made anything of my life. And I'm 35 and I'm sitting alone in this. What am I even doing here? That's why I said at the beginning of this, I don't even want to do this. I didn't want to do this today. But I had to. I had to get this out. Otherwise, I'd just fall asleep and it'd just be festering. Just all night. Just be sitting there like, remember, you failed again. Remember that? Hey, remember that time you failed a few years ago? And I'm like, yeah. And my brain would be like, yeah, it's happening again. It's happening again. Yeah, you thought you escaped this time. You thought, oh, for sure, this is the one, right? Nah, that's not. And here we are. Old Failey McGee. That's what they call me. Old Failey McGee. But it's fine. Whatever. And every year I keep saying the same thing. I'm just going to give it one more year. I'm going to see if things take off or if things turn around. Cool. If not, I'm just going to throw in the towel with everything. Just be a turd. Just a normal dude. No projects, no hobbies. Just focus on raising my son and work. So that's where we are. Oopsie. It was a downer episode again. My bad. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's time that we take on DoorDash. Okay? It's time. It's time. It's time they fall. I have not had a good experience on DoorDash in like 5 years. Okay? And not only that, I've had the worst experience because I'm spending like 3 times the retail amount to sit on my ass instead of going 2 blocks down the road to pick up my own food. And does that say more about me than it does DoorDash? Yes. And is that something I should consider changing in my own life? Yes. But does that justify these dirty bastards on DoorDash having the absolute audacity to show me a picture of a McChicken for $7.19 and it has a little Starburst decal at the top that says, "Great deal." $7.19, my friends. $7.19. And I promise you, it is not a good deal. Okay? We're being ripped off. I did the math once, and I've been having this discussion in my head for like 3 years. So I've got it all plotted out. All right? I did the math once, and literally, I actually side by side placed an order at, I think it was McDonald's through DoorDash. And then I rang it up on the McDonald's app. Yeah, it was literally a $15 difference in the total. $15. You are paying $15 in fees on DoorDash for McDonald's. And they have the balls to try to trick you with the little, ooh, great deal images flashing above a McChicken that, hey, spoiler alert, that used to be $1. Anyone remember that? It was $1. Yeah, $1.07 with tax in California when I worked there, all right? And granted, was that a lifetime ago? Yes, it was. And am I old as now? Yes, I am. Am I living in the glory days like my parents did before me? Absolutely, you bet your ass. But a McChicken is not a $7 sandwich, all right? You can get a foot long at Subway in the past for under $7, okay? They had a whole jingle about it. It was $5. Okay, are you telling me that a chicken sandwich this big is $7 on your stupid app? And are you going to sit there and have the absolute balls to say that that's a great deal? Like you're tricking me? Like I would look at that and be like, $7? Oh my God. Oh, that is a great deal. Oh yeah, what is it normally? 48? Oh, is there monthly payment options? What if I did bi-monthly? What if I did $12 every other week? And it'd take me 2 months. Can I do that? Okay, yeah, put the payment plan for the McChicken, the $48 McChicken. Let's go for it. Oh, $7. So that's a great deal. Let's go with that instead. No. Absolutely insane. DoorDash, you canceled. It's time to go home, all right? You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And am I lazy as hell sometimes, especially on Fridays when I eat out? Yes. So lazy. Yes, would I rather drive all over creation than spend 15 extra dollars at McDonald's to have someone drive it to me? And oh, you want to hear the best part about the whole thing? It's going to show up cold. I lied, but wait, there's more. Not only is it going to show up cold, half your shit's going to be missing. And you know what? On top of that, even better, they're not going to refund you the money. Yeah. You'll yell at them on the app. You'll say, hey, dude, I spent like $70 for a meal for 3 people at McDonald's. All right. This ain't like a 3-star Michelin restaurant. Okay. This is McDonald's. And they'll have the balls to be like, well, can you send a picture? I say, you want me to send a picture of the what? The food that's not here? Sure, DoorDash. Let me send you a picture of the food that's not here. You morons? Can I do that? Can you put an Indian man on the phone that I can scream at for 25 minutes? And that's fine. He's not going to understand what I'm saying, but he's going to know that I'm very irate. And he's going to be a little confused that someone can get to this level of rage over chicken sandwiches. But he's going to sit there and endure it, because otherwise you guys are going to fire him, because that's what you do, and it's fine. But let's not kid ourselves anymore, okay? Can we stop pretending that this is a great deal? No, just say what it is. The fat special. Lazy Man McGee. It's the lazy dude. What's that? Oh, that's $7 for a McChicken because you're too lazy to get in your car and go pay $3.50 for one, even though that is too much money for a McChicken, but it's nowhere near as crazy of a price as $7.50. And here we are. And you think that's the worst part? No, that's not the worst part. You know why? Because I live in Wasilla, Alaska. All right. So not only is the food cold when it gets here, not only are they missing half the items, not only are they trying to lie to my face by telling me I'm getting such a great deal and I get to spend $70 to miss half the items that I even purchased. Not only all of those things, but also the man delivering it is a shirtless guy in a big truck going, and it's 8 p.m. on a Friday night and my son is sleeping. And yes, he's going to let the car idle for the entire time. He's going to walk up the steps and he's going to see and he's going to leave it there. He's going to take 45 minutes to take a fucking picture of the bag that's missing half the food. And the entire time, my son is slowly waking up because there's thunder and lightning outside of his window via the 4x4 of this massive truck in my driveway that's idling for so long, going, but it's fine, dude, because I'm getting a good deal.
I'm sorry for this.